Good evening, good evening, good evening. We've got Pearhan, and this is Disco Dan for all you new viewers. That's right, round of applause, everybody. Cool, cool, cool. Welcome to Area 309, and we've got a lot in store this evening. So
what do we got today for us, actually, Disco Dan?
Okay, good question. Well, we're going to go ahead and do a couple this day in history. It seems to be pretty popular. I mean, seems pretty good. And then a few more fun facts for Illinois. Other than that, I didn't get any sports scores, so I don't know how anybody did. Did you have anything big besides our special guest this evening?
No, I think we're gonna maybe towards the end of the show we can tell them about some of the events we got planned.
I like it. I like it a lot.
But yeah, so we got a special guest today.
We do. So let's get started. First of all, this day in history. I'm gonna go through. I got a couple that I found, and then Pearhan over here, he's got an interesting one as well. So the first one, back in 1941, Japanese planes raided Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, in a surprise attack, bringing the U.S. into World War II. And then next up, we got in 1972, the crew of Apollo 17 was the last manned mission to the moon. Lifts off at Cape Canaveral, Florida. And then you'll definitely like this one. Just because we kind of talked a little bit about weird events. But in 1988, you were born in 88, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. An earthquake kills an estimated 100,000 people, which is just, I don't know what the magnitude is of that one. You'd have to look into that. But that's just a few things of this day in history. Now, the fun facts of Illinois. We've got, sitting at number 23, Illinois had two other state capitals before Springfield. Any idea on what those were?
Your mom?
I want to say Kaskaskia.
Yep.
Not sure what the other one is.
The second one was Vandella, which I think we've heard of. That it's down near St. Louis, I believe, in that general area. Sitting at number 21, as a lot of you know, Ronald Reagan's famous childhood home is in Dixon, but his birthplace is actually in Tampico. At number 16, Illinois generates more nuclear power than any other state. Which, did you know that one?
Actually, I didn't. I know there's quite a few nuclear power plants here.
Yeah, so that's definitely an interesting
I
one.
lived up in Chicago. There was one not too terribly far from us.
Okay, cool. All right. And sitting at number 11, the term jazz was actually coined in Chicago in 1914 by Benny Goodman and Gene Krupa. Which I haven't heard any of those two guys either. And then for all you Little Debbie fans out there, I know.
More like Big Debbie.
Anyway, for all you Little Debbie fans out there, Twinkies were actually invented on April 6, 1930 in River Forest, Illinois. So that's definitely pretty interesting.
Yeah, so those were Twinkies, or that was Twinkies yesterday,
Twinkies.
right?
No, yesterday? Yesterday was the pumpkin.
Okay, the pumpkin, okay.
Yeah. And the ice cream sundaes.
I remember when they stopped, they discontinued Twinkies.
Oh, yeah, for about a year or so.
Panicked.
Yeah.
I remember you'd go to the shelves and just people were buying them.
Because they were
I
going
had
to
to fight a couple old ladies for some
Did you?
Twinkies. Yeah.
We all
one
know
named
Twinkies
Helen?
taste like shit.
What's that?
Was one named Helen?
It might have been, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A couple ho-hos, too.
Gotta love them ho-hos.
Oh,
Well-
never mind.
well,
Like
everybody-
the Periwinkles.
That's the little intro we have, and tonight...
Oh, so we had one more.
Yes, I'm
so-
sorry. Hanson's got it.
On this day in 1982, Charles Brooke Jr. earned the dubious distinction of being the first person ever executed by lethal injection.
My.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so...
That's crazy.
I
But
wish
yeah,
it would have been a
that's,
beheading.
Right.
pretty much all I got.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Head off.
Well, what do you say? We get right into it. We got a special guest tonight. We have
Yeah, let's go
a
ahead and
local
bring him in.
celebrity. His name is Jared Mugler. Hails out of Miami, Illinois. So, everybody, this is Jared. And that is his belt right there.
Sorry, I like that part.
No, you're good.
That's the favorite part right there.
No problem.
You
Well,
can only
Jared,
see
thanks for-
part of the belt.
Yep. Here we go. Remove Spider-Man. How's that? A little bit
That's
better?
better. That's better.
All right.
See more of it.
Cool. Well, Jared, nice to have you tonight.
Yeah,
Thanks
for
for letting
being
me.
on the show.
Oh,
Thanks for letting me on
No
here, man.
problem.
First one for me. So
Well, there you go. Well, I guess
Start somewhere, right?
exactly. Well, let's start from the beginning then. What got you into wrestling? How long have you been doing it?
Been wrestling about 3 years.
Okay.
Well, really got me into it when I started watching it. I was like 6 years old.
Okay. Did you ever wrestle in high school?
I did not wrestle. I wrestled in middle school. I
Okay.
stopped playing and went to play football.
Gotcha.
So I still watch it.
Right.
I watch wrestling every Monday night,
Okay.
every Tuesday night, and every pay-per-view. I don't miss a single one.
All right. Very cool. Now let's talk about the belt here real quick. When did you end up getting this?
I got that about 2 years ago.
Okay.
About 2 years ago, I won it in a triple threat match, ladder match.
Ladder match. Okay.
That match was pretty brutal. Not
Where
gonna
was
lie.
it at?
It was in St. Louis.
Okay.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Me, I'm about the smallest guy in the ring. Bar none. Anytime I enter that ring, I'm the underdog basically.
Gotcha.
I'm outweighed by everybody about 180 to 200 pounds half the time.
Dang. And then height-wise,
I'm the shortest.
you're the shortest?
Very.
So some of these guys are probably what, like 6 foot?
The guys I was facing, one was about 6'3", 250.
Okay.
The other one was about 6 foot, about 290.
Dang.
So
Okay.
I got the crap beat out of me.
Wow. Now, when you won the belt, though, how long were you wrestling for?
I was wrestling about a year and a half.
Okay, so you had a little bit of an idea.
I had a
what
little bit
was
of
going
idea,
on.
and
Okay.
I had some experience.
Gotcha.
Because I would go to every show that's local around here.
Right.
Springfield, there's shows in Lincoln, Illinois.
Okay.
School of Smothers, that's where I started training at.
Okay.
They got a school in St. Louis.
Gotcha.
Cowboy Bob Orton School.
Okay. Now, you've been to that one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I can't remember. They had one in Springfield, Illinois, but
Okay.
they closed down. But they still have their company up and running. It's
All right.
probably one of the best shows around.
Very cool. Very nice. And then, how many times a year do you usually wrestle?
Depending on how you get booked and how people know you.
Right.
You're basically what they call that.
Like your popularity?
Popularity.
Okay.
They will book you because they want to see how you perform.
Okay.
They want to see videos of you and all that. And
And you got a lot of videos out there?
I got top 3. I mean, the one that's really out there right now is the one that I got hurt on.
Okay. Now, where can our viewers see that at?
You go to YouTube. You'll type in Midwest Impact Pro, and it's either the second or first video that pops up.
Okay.
And it's a fatal 5-way. And in the match, the go home spot basically, I took a move and I basically did a back bump. It knocked me out. I stopped breathing. They had to bring the
Paddles in?
paddles in to shock me, and yeah, I've been out since then.
My gosh. Now, how many organizations have you been in over the last few years?
I've been in about 8.
Okay.
Been about 8. I've been to Indiana. I've been to Wisconsin, Nebraska. I've wrestled all over here in Illinois.
Sure.
Hopefully, if everything played my cards right, I get to go California next year.
All right.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
Hollywood, California.
That would be
Fingers
amazing.
crossed.
That would be amazing. Now, for belt-wise, you got the one, and how many titles in total have you won?
I've won 2.
2?
This is my first one, and I won a world title that's at home right now that
Okay.
I didn't bring.
Gotcha. And which one is this for?
This is
Which
the United States title. This is basically like an undercard title.
Okay.
It's basically like, I don't know if people watch wrestling. I don't know who does, but it's
Right.
basically like the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
It's basically not the main big
Right.
head title. It's an undercard
Okay.
title. So it still means something to me. So,
Right.
I mean, this is the very first title I won.
Well, sure. And then for the ones out there also on this one that may not know, would you consider yourself a semi-pro wrestler or amateur wrestler, or what is your title?
They call it basically it's indies. It's called the indie scene, but you're
Okay.
still a professional amateur wrestler.
Okay.
I mean, there's the indies, and then there's Ring of Honor, which is a step above us,
Right.
and there's NXT basically, which is WWE. That's
Right.
your foot in the door basically.
Okay.
I got a couple buddies that wrestle in WWE that I've met, that I've known for a while. That
Really?
actually are on WWE on TV every
Okay.
Monday night.
Which ones?
Mustafa Ali, he's in the 205 Live.
Okay.
Basically, it's the weight class 205 pounds and lower.
Okay.
Basically like cruiserweight.
All right.
Kyle O'Reilly, which he's in NXT. He's very good. They have the tag titles. They've had them about almost a year and a half now.
Okay.
He's a very good wrestler.
All right.
And I got a couple buddies that are making waves in the indie scene. My buddy Marco Stunt
Okay.
from Mississippi, he was in Ring of Honor for Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes' boy,
All right.
which was Cody Rhodes put on a show in Chicago this year, and it was basically his push. Basically, like he's all over the place now. Then he got hurt about a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Broke his shin
Ooh.
off a chair. Took a move wrong, hit his shin off the chair, and
Ouch.
broke that shin.
Wow.
He's
Now-
smaller than me, so he's about 5 foot.
Now, injury-wise, besides of how you mentioned at the last show, they had to bring in the paddles. What other kind of injuries, have you encountered?
Well, I've bruised my ribs quite a bit.
Okay.
I've dislocated my shoulder.
Ooh.
Still finished the match.
Okay.
I took a chunk off my leg from a ladder.
Right.
Finished the match.
There you
Basically, if
go.
you're hurt, you can't go through. You can just push through it.
Okay.
I've dislocated my thumb.
Wow.
A lot of crazy stuff.
Dang, sounds like it.
You know, like people say, "Oh, it's all fake." I'm like, you don't really know till you really do it.
Actually get in there.
You actually get in there and do it and take the punishment that we do.
Right.
I mean, you just need to try out for yourself.
Gotcha. What about your stage name? What is that?
It's Irish. I
Okay.
hail from Dublin, Ireland.
Gotcha.
It's Jared O'Malley.
Okay.
So I love it.
Are you good guys? They call them bad guys?
I'm a good guy. I'm a
Okay.
face.
Okay.
Face. They call it baby face.
Has there ever been anyone like you've been kind of terrified or kind of scared to like go up against? Like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
definitely where you're like, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. There's
Like you had second thoughts.
every match, man.
Yeah.
I get so nervous. You know, I mean, we're all somewhat friends. There's some guys that don't like me. There's some guys that do.
Yeah.
They don't like it because I'm a new guy and I'm getting pushed.
So is there much like dirty play kind of in?
There's sometimes where they will straight punch you. That's called stiff. Stiff shot. And I'll hit you back. If you hit me in the face, I'm gonna hit you in the face.
on.
It's game on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stay right there.
and it just like I was in a match, dude, and this dude straight up punched me in the face, like for no reason. I was like, oh, okay, you wanna play like this? And I punched him back, and then the ref kind of knew, so they had to stop the match because it was getting really out of hand.
Wow.
I mean, there's wrestlers back in the day when it was ECW era that done way worse than that.
Right.
It's a wrestler called the name of New Jack. He was in ECW,
Okay.
and he was in one match where he straight up pulled out a knife and stabbed the dude like 7 times
Ooh.
because he stiff shot at him.
Wow.
I mean, you can find that on YouTube, man. It's all over. I mean,
Okay.
he was a good wrestler. I mean,
Right.
he's not wrestling now because he can barely see out of one of his eyes, and he's like
Pretty much
wrestling does a lot to you.
Well, sure. It's physically demanding.
Concussions, I've had 8 in the 3 years I've wrestled.
Have you ever had any opportunities to go like overseas or?
I want to. That's a big opportunity for me. I want to. I mean, that's next on my list. I mean, if I do, I have to get a license to wrestle over there.
Okay.
Is it bigger?
It's
like
bigger.
overseas.
You get probably notice more now on your criteria if you have that on your belt that you wrestled over other places. Like me, I'm just trying to make a name. I'm making a name for myself. I'm not saying I won't go anywhere. I will. I mean, I want to. I mean, dreams. You know, that's something I've been wanting to do since I was a little kid. Ever
Right.
since I watched Hulk Hogan body slam Andre the Giant. I mean, that's when I fell in love with wrestling.
Right.
What is your famous move?
Oh, my finisher?
Or you
Yeah,
famous
someone on here
finisher,
wants to
yeah.
My finisher is basically what Mick Foley does. Is the double underhook DDT.
Okay.
Basically, it's you get the dude's head right here, grab
Do it
both
on
his
Hoover.
arms, and just
Demonstrate
swing it
on Hoover for
Okay.
us, will you?
out. I don't know if they can see that or not, but
Yeah, they should be able to.
okay. Like how you come up to me, like turn this here. I'll kick you in the stomach, get your head down. I do this, grab both my hands and lock them. Then I'll swing my leg out and just do a back bump.
Wow.
They call that the double hook DDT. I call it the Irish car bump.
Okay.
Irish car bomb. There you go, guys.
I love it. And there's moves I've done off top rope, which I'm never doing again. I've done the front flip, basically the swanton bomb like the Hardy Boys do.
Oh.
And I'm never doing that again. That's kind of scared me. I'm not going to lie.
Just a little bit.
Because it's a lot higher than you think it is. You get on that top rope and it's way higher.
Yeah.
You know, I've been suplexed off ladders.
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
Now, you said earlier that you've been to a couple of the schools.
Yep.
How many of the professional wrestlers have you met, and who have you met?
Okay, I've met, a couple of old school wrestlers. I've met Tracy Smothers, which he was part of WCW back in the day, which was called the Wild Eye Southern Boy Tracy Smothers.
Okay.
I met two of the Hardy Boys, both of them, Matt and Jeff. I've met Ric Flair. Best moment of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, meeting him was...
Real nice guy?
Oh, yeah. Likes to drink a lot. I mean, he doesn't drink anymore like he used to, but... But, you know...
He's a good guy.
Exactly.
Nice.
I've met Seth Rollins, which is a current WWE superstar.
Okay, where'd you meet him at?
Met him in, actually, Davenport, Iowa, at his wrestling school.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool.
Wow.
I'm hoping to meet more. I mean, the opportunities come, I'm taking it.
Definitely.
I've met one of the Road Warriors. I don't know which one. I can't remember which one's still alive. That's kind of bad. Met one of the Road Warriors. I met Billy Gunn, which is part of Generation X, and and Road Dogg, which is part of Generation X. Sorry.
Okay.
My speech sucks. But yeah, man, it's amazing.
Awesome.
I mean, you see me already. I'll barely walk half the time.
Oh yeah.
Coming to work, you know.
You're just holding your ribs. You're like, oh
Yep.
gosh,
I
guys.
still go to work though.
Oh yeah. He's a trooper, man. It's insane.
Are you dating any of the female wrestlers?
I dated one, and it didn't last very long.
Was that part of the show, or were you guys actually dating?
It was part of the show, then it turned into something else. Then it just involved the workplace. It kind of got weird.
Gotcha.
I mean, me and her were still friends. I mean,
Right. Still stay in contact and all that.
she kicked the crap out of me. Like, the very first day I started training, she got in the ring with me. We locked up. You know, she didn't move. She threw me the ropes. I came back. She jumped up and drop kicked me. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I walked out. Like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. Basically, I got my butt kicked. I'm not going to lie.
All right.
Charlotte is the shit.
Agreed. Charlotte. Oh, speaking of that, Charlotte, you know, there's a big pay-per-view coming up on Sunday.
Don Bachman asked, have you met Charlotte Flair?
No, not yet. That's on my bucket list.
Bucket list, okay.
There you go.
That is on my bucket list.
Awesome.
Because she's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie.
So you guys don't have to hear me. Throw me a pen and paper, and I'll write questions to you guys.
There
Since
you
you guys
go.
are really bad at this, clearly.
I'm very sorry. We were supposed to have another phone up
I'm
over
not
here,
gonna
but
get it.
it's
No, not you.
But they got a big pay-per-view coming up for WWE, which is called Tables, Ladders, and Chairs.
right.
You got a couple good matches. They got I think the main event's the first ever women's tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Shoot. Okay.
It's Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair versus Asuka,
Okay.
which three of my favorites, but my hands down favorite is Becky Lynch.
Okay.
Irish, of course.
Yeah.
Gotta go for the Irish last kicker, or the man she calls herself now.
Okay.
There's the match Ronda Rousey going against Nia Jax for the women's heavyweight title for Monday Night Raw, which is the three triple threat that Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and Becky Lynch is for the SmackDown women's title.
Wow.
They got another match. It's Daniel Bryan versus I think AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan is current heavyweight champion for SmackDown.
Okay.
They have a match going on that Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, which whoever wins that gets a title shot for the Brock Lesnar's World Universal title, which Brock Lesnar's hardly ever been there because he's a POS. I don't like him. But people out there might like him, but I'm stating my opinion how I feel.
Right.
Because he's hardly ever there, and I think your champion should be there every week, defending his title, or at least showing up.
Right.
I'm not sure on the other cards what other matches they have coming up. I have to take a look. But I'm definitely watching that one.
There you go. Now, when was the last match that you were able to watch? One of the big pay-per-view events. What was the last one?
That was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm not sure what pay-per-view that was. But yeah, that one was Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
Charlotte Flair legit beat the crap out of her with a kendo stick.
Dang.
And she legit smacked the crap out of her with a...
What was I say? Do you or will you do a tag team?
I'm wanting to. The guy that's been hurt right now for a while, Marco Stunt, as one person I want to tag with, but
Okay.
I've been kind of on my own. I mean, I wouldn't mind tagging with another person,
Sure.
but I'm still trying to get used to wrestling singles because
Right.
I've been out for a while and getting back into the ring and everything. So
Right. Now, what about like a Royal Rumble style? Have you done anything like that?
I've done about 6 or 7 of those,
Okay.
which is from 15 people till like 30.
And then, how do you usually fare out?
Not very good. I get thrown out of the ring all the time, man. There's time I was the number 1 entrant, and I was in there till the final 4 out of 15 people.
Nice.
It was a long match.
Oh, I bet. Now, how long do those usually last?
About 30, 40 minutes. Depending.
Dang.
Depending if it's the first match or the last match.
Okay.
I mean, if it's the first match, it'll be about 20 minutes. If it's at the end, it's about 30.
Right.
So,
That's crazy. And then, top 5 pros.
top 5 pros. Like in WWE,
How about just in general?
in general, well, number 1, I might get a lot of flack for this, is John Cena.
Okay. And why is that then?
It's not just because he's of a wrestler, it's because what he does outside the business
Okay.
for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh.
He's granted over 600 wishes to kids that want to meet him.
Okay.
And he will take out his time of what he does, because I know he has a busy schedule, because he's an actor
Right.
and a wrestler. He'll take out his time to go do stuff for that kid.
Okay.
My second one is AJ Styles. I followed him since he was in TNA.
So that's
He was
good.
in Ring of Honor, New Japan, then he went back to TNA, and
Okay.
he's in WWE now. My third one is The Rock.
Can't go wrong.
Can't
there.
go wrong with The Rock.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Now, does he still wrestle every now and then, or is he completely done?
he's done. He's
Okay.
more of a
Actor now.
actor now. I mean, he'll show up every once in a while. I bet you he'll show up at WrestleMania, which would be cool. I wouldn't
Right.
mind that.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4 is Undertaker. He's amazing. He's he's about 55 years old and he still wrestles. Number 5 would be Hulk Hogan, because I grew up watching him.
Yeah, definitely. Hulkmania.
Hulk Hogan, man, Hulkster. What you gonna do?
Mine's the 619, baby.
Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
He's
what's
my
up.
favorite.
Yes.
He's in WWE again. He came back.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio.
Wow.
I watched him return at the Greatest Royal Rumble
Okay.
in Saudi Arabia. When they went to Saudi Arabia to wrestle.
Well,
That was awesome.
Oh, I
Do
bet.
you ever watch like Luchadores or?
Yep, I watch. It's called Lucha Underground, which is
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think they're trying to renew their contract for another season. But I watch it. And whenever time it's on, I'll watch it. Them guys are
Didn't like
crazy.
Rey Mysterio go to that?
Yes, Rey Mysterio, after he left WWE, he went to Lucha Underground for a while, for like 5-6 years, and he came back to WWE.
Okay.
Which he's in the greatest shape of his life, I think, right now. Because when he was in WWE, I'm not saying he wasn't lacking muscle, but he wasn't the biggest guy.
Yeah.
You see him now,
He's
he's ripped.
Okay.
So Darren Coomer asked, "Is Jimmy King on your list?"
Jimmy King from Ready to Rumble. Sorry.
That's a good game, though.
That was good. That was good. Okay, number 6, Jimmy King.
And then Don Cavera Bachman wants to know, how old are you?
I am 29 years old.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Don't look like it. Look like I'm like 18 still, but
Yeah.
baby face.
So do you find it hard, like when you're like dating and when like with relationships, is it hard to be a wrestler and date?
Very. I mean, when I was in a relationship, I was gone most of the time because work, and after I was off work, I was going to train every day. I was wrestling almost every weekend. The weekend I wasn't, I had my kid.
And how old is your boy?
My boy is 6 years old.
Okay.
Best thing never happened to me. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I probably know where I would be at right now.
Now, does he go with you to your shows?
He's been to 2 of my shows,
Okay.
even though he cheers against me.
And why is that? Just because he thinks...
Just because it's funny, and he likes the other guy I wrestle, and he likes the guy that beats me up. So, but it's kind of difficult having a relationship, and because I'm on the road a lot. I mean, because of work.
Right.
I do delivery service, and I'm traveling either to a town here in Illinois, or I'm going to a different state every other weekend, and I'm gone till about Sunday night. I'll leave Friday night, wrestle Saturday. And usually there's sometimes I'll wrestle on a Friday and a Saturday and then get back Sunday night. There's sometimes I've wrestled 2 shows in one day.
Wow.
In different towns.
And then, what is the longest you have been on the road?
I've been gone for about a week. That's the longest I've been on the road.
Was that for training? Or?
That was for training.
Okay.
I was for training for a big show, and I came back to wrestle back in March. That's when I got hurt.
Okay.
I was supposed to wrestle that following weekend for that company, and
right.
that kind of shut plans down.
Man, that's crazy.
Crazy road stories, man. There was one time where we were going to Indiana. And me, buddy of mine, and 3 of his friends, which are a lot bigger than I was, and they look like my clown car, because my car is so tiny. And none of the hotels had any rooms available. So what we do, we stopped at a rest area and slept in my car, which was the biggest mistake of my life. Because it was hot, raining, couldn't really roll the windows down. It was horrible.
Oh. Now, when you're on the road then and you're doing all this traveling, what is your drink of choice? You go your Mountain Dew? Do you do the energy drinks? Just stick with water? What do you...
Let's see. I usually drink on the road. I'll drink my Monster.
Okay.
Keep myself awake.
How many of those do you usually go through?
You really want to know that? I go through about probably 4 or 5 a day. 4 or 5 in one night on the drive there.
Okay.
Then I'll drink water during training.
Right.
Then, like after a match, I'll do a couple shots of Fireball. About 7 shots of Fireball.
And then you're out for the night. You're
Yep.
good?
I'm good with that one.
All right.
But
any other interesting stories then while you're on the road?
Well, there was a time where we were going down the road and a bunch of group of kids were in another car next to us. And they couldn't really see in my car because my windows are tinted. Well, they kept speeding up and slowing down next to us. So my buddy behind me, I'm like, Matt, next time they come in next to us, roll your window down and flash them. He's like, okay. Well, they come up next to us, they look over and he just pulls his shirt up. He's like, and they just looked the other way and took off.
Oh, and is it okay to do 18? That's the mouth.
Who asked that question? I don't know if that's okay or not. I don't know. I mean, depends how you feel about it. Ass to mouth? What the heck?
In the heat of the moment, I just gotta know. You're a wrestler. We gotta know these things.
What's the worst move that's ever been put on you then?
Oh. Probably, they call it sliced bread, which is the Slido del Sol, but Kalisto does.
Okay.
Which was the move that knocked me out. I hate that move. I've got it done to me 3 or 4 times. And
okay, well, demonstrate it on Hoover, please.
I'm not really going to do it to you.
Right.
Okay, just face me.
Okay.
Like the guy will kick me, then he'll spin around, and he'll jump and do a flip over me, then I do a back bump.
Oh.
How
And
the fuck did people do that?
it's difficult. I mean, the guy's lighter than me, so the guy had to, I can't really pick up heavy people, but it's hard. I mean, it takes a lot out of you, and it's basically, I'm doing a forced back bump. Basically, like you're falling back and he's just forcing you down to the mat. Ow. And tucking your chin.
Even Raven was like, show us.
If we had a mat, I would do it, or a ring or something, I would do that. But I don't want her damn.
Yeah.
And I think Donald was wondering, was it the Survivor Series that was the last pay-per-view?
Yes it was.
Yeah.
My bad. I apologize. Been head to head a lot.
And no, it's not for me at work, guys.
So we have a lot of ladies that watch this show.
So-
We have to ask, are you single?
Definitely.
So he's available, guys.
Definitely.
Chelsea
Vince-
says she volunteers Marianne.
But I've been single almost 2 years. Because the girl that I was with didn't like that I wrestled. She was like, either me or wrestling. I'm like, deuces.
Something that you love.
I know it sounds bad, but it was a rocky relationship anyways. I mean,
Right.
it was just bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I was better off doing my own thing.
Right.
I mean, I'm not wrestling now. I mean,
Now,
I
do
know
you still train though?
I train every once in a while. I mean, I won't do a lot. I'll
Right.
run the ropes about 40, 50 times.
Okay.
I do about 20 back bumps, and then work out my arms and stuff, do my cardio, because it takes a lot out of you, especially 8-10 minute matches.
Yeah.
You know, you're constantly going. You know, and it's not like mixed martial arts UFC where they train, and have one big match, then wait 2-3 months. We're wrestling every weekend.
Right.
Like those WWE guys, they're wrestling every single day.
Yeah.
They're on the road 24/7. They hardly see their family. Sometimes they take their family with them.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, that's a dream of mine to do that. If I can do it, I'll do it. But if I don't make it, at least I tried.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love it. I mean, I have an MMA background. That's why I kind of know my stuff a little bit, you know. I did MMA about 2-3 years before my son was born.
Okay. Now, did you do that here in the area? Or?
I did that actually in Bloomington.
Okay.
It was Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. I trained for them for about 3 years, and they closed down. And I just, you know, my son was born, so I was paying more attention to that.
Sure.
And wrestling came along, and I'm like, I love this. I love it.
What would you say is the hardest part in getting into this industry?
Oh, wrestling? Basically, you know, just learning the stuff, you know, remembering the moves. You know, it's hard. I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, you gotta train for so long before you have your first match. Me, on the other hand, I knew a lot. You know, I watched it all the time.
Yeah.
It just, you know, I trained 6 months, then I had my first match.
Okay.
You know, and got thrown it quick. Maybe too quick, because my first match I cracked 3 of my ribs from an elbow drop from about a 300-pound dude in a battle royal.
Ouch.
But I still finished the match because I didn't feel it, because the adrenaline after that I felt it.
Everyone keeps saying I should wrestle, and I just told them I would die just touching my toes.
Now, for some of the younger people out there watching, if they want to get into this, how's the best way to start? Or what kind of advice would you give?
If you want to do it, I mean, just remember it takes a lot. I mean, finding a local school around here, there's one in Lincoln. It's called School of Smothers. It's probably about the closest one to here. From here to
Right.
like, you know, anywhere else. I mean, there's one in Iowa. There's schools all over. You just gotta
Find the right one.
find the right one.
Okay.
Find what suits you better. Find the right trainer that will take the time to make you the best wrestler you can be.
Okay. Now, do you need to have any kind of background, or do they kind of just take anybody and everything?
They're just taking it, but if you want to do it, they'll give you a tryout session. They'll have you pay a fee to get in the school,
Okay.
and which I don't think it's much. Some schools charge you like $20 a seminar.
Okay.
You know, some of them charge you monthly or yearly. Usually, it just depends. I mean, I got into it. I went to a show, and I told the guy, "Hey, I want to wrestle," because the guy that I was wrestling was a cop in my hometown, and he's like, "Come to a show." I talked to the guy, and he's like, "Next month we got a show here. Get here early. We got a training seminar, and we want you here." Tell you what, my first back bump, make sure you tuck your chin, because you don't, you're gonna hit your head on the mat, and it's gonna hurt. Because people are like, "Oh, it's fake." Yeah, no, it's not. I wish it was.
Now, what about with like bats or clubs or 2x4s? Have you ever been hit with anything like that?
No. I've been hit with a kendo stick. That hurts.
Yeah.
At least welts, it'll break your skin.
Right.
Bust your skin open. I've been slim on thumbtacks. I've had 36 thumbtacks in my back.
Now, didn't you say you were telling me a story a while back that you actually went through a table once,
Yes.
or a couple of them?
I went through one
Okay.
off a ladder.
Yeah.
That's not so good.
And
I
how
mean-
far up were you on the ladder?
Probably at the very top of the ladder.
And we're talking like a good 10, 12 foot.
I was on about 12 foot, and he picked me up to do a suplex, so I was even higher.
Can we reenact that? Can we go get a table?
Let's go right now. I'm just kidding.
I'll find one.
I'm not going through no
Why
table.
not, dude? It'll be fun. It won't hurt just a little bit.
Just a little
All
bit.
right,
hold on.
we're gonna put this to a vote.
Uh-oh.
Everybody, I don't. They're going to
Got any more questions on there or no?
I just asked that, and I will let you guys know when they.
All right.
What about you, Perry?
So is there like any? So do you get like paid for this? Is there like any prizes or like?
I get paid for it. There's some shows which is a charity event where you won't make money because it goes to charity, which I don't care. I mean,
Right.
I'm doing it for the kids or for someone that's sick or someone that needs something.
Sure.
We did a show my first year wrestling. We did a show for a little girl that needed a service dog. Her name was
Raven
Autumn.
says yes.
Her name is Autumn, and we raised $1,000 that night for her to get her service dog, and she eventually got her service dog a year after that.
Okay. Now, what does it take to get something set up if you want to do a fundraiser or a benefit or?
Get a hold of the promoter.
Okay.
Either promoter, like either PWA, Midwest Impact Pro, CIPW, which is located in Kincaid, Illinois.
Okay.
Don says yes.
Got one vote.
That's 2 votes.
2 votes. And talk to them and see. Usually they'll go for it.
Okay.
I mean,
You just
most of them. You just gotta find the right promoter.
Okay.
Some promoters are. Yeah, I'm not gonna put any names out there.
No, that's
I'm not trying to ruin my reputation.
No.
Wayne says, of course.
Is that Wayne Rickard?
Eagle.
No, Engelbrecht. I'm not sure what that is.
Looks like you're gonna end up getting slammed through a table. Screw the 309 tattoo. We're getting you thrown to a table.
Okay, fine. With all that being said, you train me properly. If we can get 1,500 likes by the beginning of the year, I will let this guy
You
throw me
heard him.
through a table.
There we go. You heard him.
You train me properly, that gives us 2.5 weeks. Sound fair, everybody? So tell all your friends. Tell all your friends.
Sure, you ready for this?
No, but that's
I
what the
give you
people.
elbow drop instead. Like I drop off the ladder and push you through the table.
That's fine.
Would you actually do it like a match with?
Or we can just break a pool stick over your back.
Oh, that might not feel good.
No, that's.
You got a kendo stick?
No,
We
unfortunately.
need to get one because I'll hit you with that too.
So Wayne said you got to do it off a ladder.
Yes, yes.
No, we gotta find a big enough area that we can do this.
Bro, dude, I got it back here.
Ready to get some stove. Oh yes, I almost forgot this guy over here. Well, I'll let you tell the story about
Okay.
one of the charities that happened earlier this year.
There's a charity that was about 4 or 5 months ago. It's called Wrestling for a Cure,
Yes.
which they raise money. They do a big show. They raise money before the show starts, which they started raising money for it now. It's called Wrestling for a Cure. It's all the money that they raise, all of it goes to St. Jude for the kids. Well, my bright idea was like, if they get this amount of money by the end of the week, I'll get this tattoo. Which I put out 2 tattoos.
They were.
One was a Care Bear.
Okay, which
The
one?
other one was a My Little Pony. And they raised $100 before the cutoff date, which
Okay.
was like 12:30, and they got it in at 11:30. And I had to get a My Little Pony. It was a landslide, 100 to 0 votes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, let's see it.
My little pony,
my little
I'm getting kind of naked. I'm just kidding. But I had to get a My Little Pony tattoo.
That's fucking awesome.
Everybody's like, why? I'm like, and I tell them, they're like, oh, cool. I mean,
You tell that backstory.
exactly.
You're set.
I mean, I would have been okay at the Care Bear instead of My Little Pony.
Should've just one on
It's
each
okay.
side.
It's okay.
Bronies are still cool.
I'm just a brony. It's okay.
Yeah.
And it just, I love it. I'm going to be actually at that. I'll be wrestling in that show next year.
Okay.
I'll keep you guys posted.
Yes, because if
You
we
guys
could
can come
actually
down.
go-
Come down. I'll be probably in the Battle Royal. So I'll
Okay.
be my return back to the ring because I'm going to train, get back in shape. Because the Twinkies got to me. I'm not going to lie.
Raven
Twinkies.
says if you don't do it, you're copping out and you're a bitch.
Oh, you guys got gold.
Oh, you gotta help me get those 1,500
Well,
likes.
Don said she's gonna try and get us 1,500 likes. So
Yes.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like, I shared this, like, as you guys are going live, normally I share it afterwards, and you guys have had a shit ton of views since I've shared it. I might go live.
So do you have
Now
any
on my
like merchandise that you sell, or
I had stuff I got. It was basically, I had T-shirts, but they sold out quick. But next year I'm getting new shirts made.
Okay.
I'm gonna get new shirts with my name on it with a different design, and I'll sell them probably $10 for any size. Cause I gotta make some money off of it.
Right.
And I had basically merchandise, which was like I had the Shamrock glasses, I had
Okay.
the hat, leprechaun hat.
Right.
I used to come out in a leprechaun outfit when I used to come out from entrance gear. But like my guy is MMA kind of style because that was my background.
Right.
But I had gloves, Under Armour gloves.
You
That were Under Armour gloves, but I designed them to have the Shamrock and my name on them.
Okay.
Spent a lot of money on those. You know, and I had necklaces, the shamrock. You know, I had the
bling bling.
bling bling and all that. You know, it was, you know, dude, I sold out a lot of that stuff. You know, I went to shows where people didn't know who I was, and I sold them out that night.
There you
After
go.
they watched one of my matches, you know, it's best feeling in the world. I love doing this. You know,
Right.
love signing autographs. You know, because I'm not used to that.
Well, heck,
My first show.
Hand's okay with it. What if we team up?
That's fine.
You know, on your new shirt, you support the Area 309, and
No, I'm good with that.
we'll get your name. Yeah.
So you're saying we should have a tag team, me and Parahan against you two?
Do it.
Yes, and you two will go down.
Find us a ring.
We've been talking. Wayne said he has a big backyard. We can make a ring. Dawn also said I will open
What
up
about a cage
1,500 Facebook pages accounts. Cage match. We'll see. I'll think about it.
I'll jump off the top. I'm just kidding.
As long as there's a lot
As long as I get to throw Hoover off the top onto a table.
Make sure you land right because it's gonna hurt either
foam
way.
pillows, and I'll be all right.
Hey, we don't do no foam pillows around here.
No.
It's either table and ring.
All right, you train me properly how to do it. I'm game. Dude.
Just
I'm
those
down.
rings.
Let's do this.
They
This
look
could be
soft.
actually fun.
No, but they're not.
They're really not.
No.
Because you know they're basically metal,
Right.
square tubing, metal beams this way and that way,
Yep.
and there's wood, and there's a foam mat about like that,
Yeah.
and a cover on top of it.
And we all know Darren, if he's still watching, he would love to see that.
Darren can wrestle too. He can be the ref.
All right, come on, Darren. You're nominated. But awesome. So
I need a female escort to the ring though if we're doing this.
We'll find you one.
We can get it. You're single. We know plenty of single ladies.
Someone's watching. They want to be his female escort.
But you can find him on
Show.
Facebook. Jared Mugler. He is one of my friends.
I don't bite
Hard.
hard.
Have you ever
Feeling
been
what?
in the ring?
Oh yeah, it was part of the match. Dude had to bite my ear. You know, that sucked. I hated it. There's been times I've been low blowed, and you know there's guys that wear cups. I don't wear one. I told the dude, I'm like, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna legit do it, and he did.
Have you ever been oil checked?
No. There's nothing finger in the butt. No, have not.
That was always a fear when I was in wrestling.
Now there's shows I've been to. We did shows for a biker rally. That was crazy. It was a 21 and over show, which anything goes, like blood, barbed wire bats.
Oh,
Thumbtacks.
like Mick Foley style.
Yeah, there's.
Mr. Sapper!
What's crazy? I was in one match, dude. I said something, and this chick said, "Hey, you," and I turned around and she flashed me.
Oh.
I was like, "Well,
Titties!
And then did you get knocked out after that?
no."
No.
I get clothesline from heck. I did a backflip on that one. That was pretty cool. But no, you know, I love doing this. You know, people are like, "Oh, you wrestle?" They give me a dirty look. I'm like, you don't know. People are like, "Oh, it's fake." That makes me mad.
Right.
You know, people, and it's scripted. There's a difference between scripted and fake.
Right. Well, just like these guys, I was telling them before you came over that you're a wrestler, and then our buddy is like, hey, you know, if he gets out of hand, I'm gonna tell him, put him in his place, and I'm like, he's got a couple belts, and he's just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do nothing. I was just like, yeah.
I still wrestle.
You haven't wrestled in what, 15 years?
It's been a long ass time, but I still do it.
It'd be fun though, right?
It would be.
All right,
I'd
Don.
probably die after
Don,
that.
we'd love to see your nephew wrestle
I
this guy.
smoke quite a bit.
We'll get you out there. Yeah.
And you know, like, you guys want to try it and want to think you can do it, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, it's not for the weak.
All right, you know I probably would have.
Not for the weak-minded. I have a high pain tolerance. I mean, I'm pretty tough for the guy my size.
Right.
You know, people look at me, you know, I come out to the ring and they laugh. Because
How small you are.
how small I am.
Right.
I mean, I may look short, but I got some muscle on me.
Sure.
I mean,
Well, look at the job you do. So.
You know what I think you guys need to do? Arm wrestling contests.
You probably whoop me, but all right, let's do this. I can at least do that much, everybody.
how are we going to do this?
Are we gonna be able to see if we do it right here? If you
I don't know,
stand right
set up.
there, I don't know.
Yeah, if he stands on this side.
I don't know if you'll be able to. Can you guys? Are you gonna be able to see? I don't know. Hold on, we gotta make sure everybody.
There we go.
Can you see it? All right. All right, ready?
1, 2, 3. Snap!
Your muscles are like twice the size of mine.
Aaron
Oh,
Cooper said Disco Dan.
Yeah!
Champion. Oh, I'm just kidding.
All in fun and games, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I'm about out of questions. What about you, Parahan? You got any questions for him?
No, I think that's about it.
Ask your viewers if they have any more questions.
Viewers. Darren, you got any more questions?
Shout out, Dayron.
Yes, big shout out to Darren.
The Aaron.
And then Paulie, I don't know if he's...
Probably not.
Yeah. But
He's old. He's probably in bed already.
he's a crazy guy. What about for you? Just any general questions for us, or where about, or anything like that, or?
When's your guys' next podcast?
Well, we are going to actually Tuesday night. We're going to do game night up at W.E. Sullivan's.
Okay. That's here in town, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They have great beer and food.
Yes, we're actually fixing on going up there here after our show. So if anybody's out and about, W.E. Sullivan's up there on Prospect. Lauren, hope you're having fun tonight at the little gala. But yeah, Tuesday night, game night, we're doing pajama.
Oh, shit.
Raven wants to know your theme, even though you already told us, but you didn't tell them.
Oh, my theme?
Yeah, your theme song.
My theme song, it's The Mountain from 3 Days Grace. Basically, it's because I was hurt, and I'm making a comeback because I was supposed to. I actually retired from wrestling because of my injury. Then I got cleared about 2-3 months ago to come back.
Now you've been cleared what, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, because I've had a lot of concussions.
Right.
I kind of tend to do more than I should.
Yeah, you don't know when to quit.
My original theme was Dropkick Murphy shipping up to Boston.
Yes, that's what it was.
I love that theme. That was the best theme ever.
That is one of the best songs out there.
You know, and took a while to get the theme because we were trying to think of what I wanted it to be.
Right.
And I had, and we never had an Irish guy in the company I wrestled for, and we just came up with that.
Well, very cool.
Jared O'Malley. It was Jared Cupcake O'Malley.
Why'd you get rid of the cupcake?
Okay.
Ate too many cupcakes?
Tell you about that. The nickname Cupcake came along was first year I was training.
Okay.
Very first night. It was the owner's daughter's birthday.
Oh.
She had brought like 3 boxes of cupcakes.
Ooh.
I ate 12 in an hour. And she started calling me Cupcake, and it stuck.
All right.
And then called that ever since. I still get called it. Even though we don't use that anymore. It was Jared Cupcake O'Malley, and then we just went Jared O'Malley, and I still get called that.
So then if I go into work on Monday and say, Cupcake! You'll probably just...
Yep.
Then what if Darren does it too? Are you going to backslap us both?
Probably.
All right, Darren.
I'll get fired from work. I don't care.
We got to talk then later, Darren. You're going to throw me on one of the tracks. Be like, come here, Darren! Ah!
That'd be funny. Hit you with a box.
One of those big old flimsy ones. Oh. Hey, we got Mr. Incredible over there. What's up, buddy? Bye.
But, you guys got any more questions? Any of the viewers do or no?
I don't think any of the viewers do. Do you have any questions for the wrestler? No? Okay.
You want arm wrestle the boys?
I think that's all the questions we had.
Yeah. And thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much, guys.
Hopefully we can get you on again. And
appreciate it.
Yes, because I know you have a couple other things that you are into, so hopefully next month maybe we can get you back and talk about when
we do our wrestling match, can we dress up as the Ninja Turtles?
That's fine. Dress up anything you want. I'm wearing my O'Malley stuff.
But just remember then, everybody, if you want to see this going
And
down...
my tight spandex that I wear.
Yeah, and I got to get myself in shape, so...
Me too.
I kind of reveals too much stuff.
I'll just wear the Rikishi sash.
Oh, please don't.
Yes!
And do the stink
The
face.
sumo thing that he wears.
Ooh, my ass is going on your face!
Give him the stink face. I've had that done to me. There's a reason why they call it that. Never let that happen to you.
Yeah,
So you have done that to mouth.
It was like, I got hit in the chest. I went down in the corner, and I'm like, shouldn't have done that. Then booty to face.
Oh.
Booty-o to face.
Yep, nope. Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Luke, the
thank
fans want you to
Jared.
wrestle.
Thank
It
you.
was good to have you
Thank you.
on here.
Yep,
And
thank you.
we'll
Thank you, man.
get
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it.
sometime
Yep.
next month.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Yep.
Well, have a good evening. And here shortly, we're going to make our way up, I think, to Sullivan's and grab a bite to eat. So we'll catch you later.